I'm Henry Kavanaugh, and I'm going to be doing the Sociology of Golf. And some questions to ask yourself before I present are, do or have you played golf before, or do any of your friends or family? Do you think golf is a social activity, and have you ever stereotyped or compartmentalized golfers into a certain culture? My personal connection through golf is my grandfather was a golfer and became a philanthropist through golf. Basically, did a lot of charitable events around the game of golf. And he did this because he wanted to make a career out of the game of golf, but it never came true, so he became a philanthropist and a coach and a trainer. So, obviously, my father being brought up around golf, he found a passion for it, and he played for La Jolla High, still plays today. And I never really got into it as much as he did, or as he hoped, but I still play from time to time. So now I'm going to be talking about the history of golf, and the origins of golf are unclear, but the consensus is it started around the middle 18th century in Scotland, and golf was stereotyped and stagnant for a long time until Tiger Woods came on the scene, where now he's seen as this transcendentalist figure. So not only did Tiger become this dominant player, being a minority, but he also made the game a lot more glamorous, which invited an unimaginable amount of people into the game. But golf's stereotypes do hold its truth in some respects, like in the instance that like the wealthy are brought up around the game. So now I'm going to be talking about my first sociological aspect, which is gender bias. And the first thing I want to mention is how there's a ladies' tee box and a men's tee box. And the tee box is where you begin the game of golf, where you hit your first ball. And sometimes the women's tee boxes can be hundreds of yards ahead of the males. And so certain country clubs used to segregate areas of congregation for men and women, and some clubs didn't even allow women at all. But now country clubs have changed the certain names of segregation to follow societal norms. So instead of calling it a men's lounge, it will be called the Ocean Room to kind of mask that segregation. And on the national level, women don't nearly have the same amount of respect as their male counterparts, and they're not nearly as respected on the PGA Tour. So now I'll be talking about cultural capital. And golf is used between both businessmen and women to conduct certain actions of business. So when someone is known for being a good golfer, they're going to be invited to play golf more, and that will leave them with more opportunities to excel in the social hierarchy. And so because of the requirements of attire and equipment, there is an exclusion of the lower class who can't afford it, which only stratifies the higher class more. And but from Tiger Woods and the realization that golf is becoming less popular, there are lifts on certain restrictions in the game of golf so that it is more inviting to all classes. And so this is in hopes that the game doesn't die out. And finally, I'm going to be talking about conflict theory in golf. And overall, the conflict theoretical view of sports is that sports is just a reflection of the inequalities of society where the powerful exploits the lower class. And so the PGA Tour holds almighty to the players because it makes the rules and it pays the players. So the players have to listen to the PGA Tour or else they won't have any income. And golf's strict set of rules, which very rarely change, like never really seen, doesn't allow for any exceptions or interpretations of them. So the players are under these strict set of rules, and there's no variations. They're confined to these certain rules. And that was my presentation. Thank you for listening.